Hello to you. Lily's out and Apani looks rather stuck, but she isn't, of course. She knows what she's doing. She loves getting up behind there and she can come in and out as she so pleases. Lily, of course, has made her way all from her enclosure all the way around over to here and onto the snake tree. I've not known her to actually do that, but if you recall the last video, I had her on this snake tree, so it's a remember game. She knows that it was here, so she made her way all the way to it. I care for my snakes from my heart. I think more than anything else that I actually do with them. Of course I've read books. Of course I've watched many videos about carpet pythons and the species that they are and where they come from and what weather they like and so on. You have to know all of that to be able to care for them and try and offer their lifestyle to them, which one of them of course is to climb. And as much as they're known to be, you know, that semi-arboreal, Apani's little head pokes out every now and again, and yeah, she's aware that Lily is around more than anything and can smell that Lily is pretty close by. So how can I get out myself is Apani's attitude right now. But I'm not going to let Apani out right now, but I will. And that's the importance of what I feel I do, is I take notice of what they're doing, which is in actual fact what they are saying to you as well. You can't just take care of that basic need level where you do provide them something to live in, that of course that they are comfortable in. They have to be comfortable in it. And just because they want out all the time doesn't mean that they're uncomfortable. It just means it's become a way of their life living with me, I guess you could say. That they're very used to acting in a particular way, and that action then gets me to do an action that they want. And that is why I think about them and what they would like and how they would enjoy something and all those wonderful things that a snake has the right to be able to do. And just because we've got them in captivity doesn't mean we have a right to close them up into an enclosure and say, well, there you go, that's your life. You've got heat, you've got water, you've got something to lay on, so you should be pretty fine in there. But they're not fine in there. Well, that's what my heart tells me anyway, and I've followed my heart rather than learning about, you know, I know the anatomy, I know how they work, I know how they move their bodies, I know how they do all the basic things as a snake, but they're beyond a basic in captivity. They go beyond the basic level because we can teach them things, we can show them things. We've been able to do that with them in captivity if you're that way inclined. And that means being that way inclined is using your heart. It's not just about having them, to look at them, to breed them even. You know, they're not just a commodity, or they shouldn't be. They should be something that you know have feelings, and you should know by now that they have feelings, because there's been so much research and study done on them to tell you that they feel, that they think, that they feel pain, they feel happiness, they feel joy, and all those, pleasure, all those things that I don't think many believe that they do. And if you believe that they do, then you start to care for them a whole lot differently than just seeing them as they're beautiful, they're lovely to look at, they look great as a centerpiece or a wall unit in your room, but is that it? It isn't it. So I've allowed my heart to lead how I care for them, and I think it's worked. It's giving me a sense of what do they feel and what do they think, and having done that from the very beginning with them, I've given them the opportunities to live life with me, and of course me live with them, because that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. I do live with them, and I think about them. I check and see if they're all okay, if there's anything that they need. It's just, gentleness, a kindness given, and they give it back. They just give it back. And a pani, of course, is, wow, there's that other snake I could smell. So, when you get a snake, yes, learn all that, the basic of what they need, but then give them your heart, and they'll give their heart back. So, for me, Apani and Lily, who is way up there still, we will say ciao.